name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a love coming spread for all of my Leos out there. This is a love coming spread for all of my Leos out there, so without any further ado, let's jump in and see what the cards have to say. Okay, Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me the cards I need to see. Show me the cards I need to see. What kind of love is coming towards my Leos in the week of September 29th until October 5th? What kind of love is coming towards all of my Leos during the week of September 29th into October 5th? Oh, okay. Looking good, looking good. Ooh, looking very good. Highly impressed. Okay, so right out the gate here we got the Queen of Swords. That is an air sign individual. That is a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. And they are like I said, Queen of Swords, no BS card, cuts right to the chase, gets right to the point. Okay, so this individual is just like, listen, they're coming right at you, looking at it from a very logical perspective, okay? And they're being very straight up and kind of telling you like it is. They're like, listen, they're looking at this and they're telling you, listen, you know, me and you together, make a perfect team, okay? I like you, you like me. Let's really make this thing happen and give this thing a shot. We got Star card here, okay? And that is like a sense of renewal, a sense of hope. So, you know, they look at this potential connection with you as a sense of a really renewal to their own life and a new sense of hope in terms of relationships for them. So they're really invested. They really have a very personal, deep investment in a potential relationship with you. And to them, like, it's a totally logical choice to make. They're cutting right through the bullshit, saying that it's a completely logical choice. I'm obviously the individual that you should want to be with. We got the Emperor card here too, and that tells me that they've taken full charge of the situation, and they're really asserting themselves, and they're really kind of pushing up kind of hard. Like, listen, they're making, you know, they're giving it the best smack. They're putting forth the best argument. Like, listen, let's just make this happen. Let's just see what happens. It's going to work out. Let's just go for it. That's pretty much the energy they're giving out. And finally here with these guys, they've, you know, we got the Four Swords here. So they thought about it. They contemplated it. You know, they're like, hey, like I said before, they really gave it a lot of thought. And I'm like, you know what? We should really give this thing a shot. See what happens. All right? So that's pretty much what's going on with them. Now, Knight of Wands, straight passion, just straight up passion coming right at you, leaving nothing to chance. They want to be with you. There's a massive sexual attraction they have to you. They are in love with you. Fire sign individual, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And the reason why this is like, they're doing it, they're putting it all out there. They're just giving it the best Mac possible. All out, just straight up passion, just hanging out everywhere. The Lovers. They believe they are, you know, there's harmony there between, you know, they believe between you and them. They believe you are their twin flame. They are leaving nothing a chance. They're putting it all out there. They're going for it. They got one shot to take, and they're going to take it, period. We got the World card here. So there is like, you know, the completion of a journey for them. This is their journey. This is the completion for them. You know, you're going to complete this cycle for them. A sense of liberation, a sense of happiness. There could possibly even be some type of travel involved in a particular situation, figuratively speaking, and also possibly even literally speaking. There could possibly, it's a possibility of you're going to meet this individual while you're on a trip or something, maybe some kind of work trip or something like that. Or maybe, if figuratively speaking, that's in the literal sense. Figuratively sense, it could possibly be like the end of a cycle, a sense of liberation. But whatever the case is with this individual, it is all out, just, it's all out, it's all hanging out for the world to see. They don't care who sees it, they're just going for it, all right? And they want you to know it, and they want everybody else to know it. So that's, and they're coming up pretty quick too. It's just like, it's straight up coming quick. All right, so that's what's going on with that. That's a few kind of strengths my Leos are going to be working with. What kind of strengths are my Leos going to be working with during the week of September 29th to October 5th? What kind of strengths are my Leos going to be dealing with here? Ooh. Okay. Cherry wants to pop out, so that's where it goes, right there. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so, Cherry, you've decided to take control. So these are all your strengths here. What kind of strengths, energy you're dealing with here. You're taking control of your own personal passions. You're directing it the way that you want it to go. You're fully in control mentally, physically, psychologically, spiritually of what direction your romantic life takes. You're in complete charge of it, okay? And the wheel of fortune is moving in your direction, so you know what you're doing, okay? Because the wheels of fortune are moving in your favor. The Hierophant. So you are definitely looking for something long-term, something traditional, something solid. This is the beginning of a possible marriage situation. That's why you decided to take control of this and move it in the direction that you want to take it in, because you know what you want. You're looking for a long-term, solid commitment. Okay, now, Seven of Swords. How is that? Again, these are all your strengths. Well, Seven of Swords represents some kind of sneaky behavior. You recognize sneaky behavior when you see it. So you've indoctrinated yourself. You're able to protect yourself against that type of behavior because you recognize it when you see it. No point. You're looking for something solid. Like I said, you just decided to take control of the situation, and you control the vertical. You control the horizontal. You are in charge of your romantic love life, and you are on point. Straight up. There's no other way to put it. Queen of Pentacles energy here. Very down to earth, very nurturing, you know how to take care of your pentacles, you know how to manage your money right, okay? In addition, here we got the Three of Pentacles, and that represents a possibility of making some kind of connection with someone that you work with, okay? So, especially with this fire sign individual, I said like some type of work trip or something like that. There's a high probability that that fire sign individual could possibly be someone that you work with, that you know from your work, or something like that. That there's definitely the aspect of that. But you're not opposed, and it's also saying you're not opposed to doing it, to having that type of connection as well. It also could just be some type of vacation, some type of trip, or this could also represent a foreign energy as well, a foreign energy that you may be dealing with here as well. So someone that is possibly of a different ethnicity or something like that, and it's very noticeable. Foreign travel or something like that. Someone you may meet in another country or something like that. So, or it could be someone from another country that's coming here. So there's a lot of dynamics to the World card here, but I'm feeling more or less. It's the completion of a cycle for this individual, and if it is a foreign individual that's not from the country that you're from here, it's the end of a cycle for them. They've ended something, and they're willing to open up because being with you gives them a sense of liberation, something that's different from what they're used to, and they're looking, they feel as though this will be the completion of their cycle when it comes to being with you. So that's something you may want to keep an eye out for too. That's another way that you can recognize who this individual is. Okay. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the strength aspect here. We have the Nine of Pentacles here. So that tells me that, listen, you're cool being by yourself if you have to. You're solidarily happy and enjoy your own company. But with that being said, you decided to take control of the situation. Again, the Wheel of Fortune moving in your direction because you're looking for something traditional. Until you find what you want, you're cool with being single. You're like, well, you know what? I'm cool. I'm enjoying my own company. I know how to have a good time on my own. So I find what I want. But Fool card here. You're willing to take that leap of faith. You're willing to take that leap of faith to something and say, well, you know what? Even though I'm cool on my own, I'm kind of willing to put it out there and see what happens for the right situation. And this is when things get interesting. Judgment card here. That's an X card. That's an X. And there, it may not exactly be your recent ex, but there definitely is an open opportunity for you to be receptive of possibly reconnecting with an ex. It's definitely here. Okay. It could, like I said, it could be a distant ex, but an ex nevertheless. You're open to the idea of reconnecting with that individual. It really depends on how things ended between you two, but you're definitely open up to the idea. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what kind of things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this situation. What particular things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this situation? What particular things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this situation? So here we go. Right off the bat. Wheel of Fortune. I told you, Wheel of Fortune is moving in your direction. So you got it going on. However, if something was to kind of start gumming up the works of you being able to take control of the situation, things moving in your favor, and all of a sudden, this individual is trying to manipulate the situation, it kind of turning it the other way. In other words, you're starting to go backwards with that. You're going to be able to recognize that, and you're going to cut that off right away. In addition, here we got the Knight of Wands here. And like I told you, there is a Knight of Wands energy that is in hot pursuit because they believe that you are their twin flame. Okay, so this Knight of Wands energy here tells me is that you are definitely aware of that situation. Something may affect the outcome of this particular situation with this Knight of Wands individual is that, you're all about them bringing it. You're about them bringing it. Whereas though before, you really pretty much probably, you were, pretty much doing you or whatever. But like I said, because you're solidarily happy on your own. But this Knight of Wands energy here, if this thing is really popping, whereas though before you wouldn't have been open to the idea of this kind of hot pursuit, you're kind of open to the idea. You're pretty much open to it because, you are in solid control of your situation. You're controlling all of the aspects of it. So if somebody's really showing a lot of interest in you and they're really coming correct with it, you'll give them the opportunity. Whereas though you wouldn't before, you definitely will now. Also addition here, we got the Five of Cups here. And so that directly correlates with the whole X situation. Looking back and regret. Whereas though before, now, you're in a more solid place. There's somewhat of an aspect of looking back and regret. Whereas though before you probably wouldn't have. You have the mentality, the thing that happens in the past stays in the past. You're in a more secure place now. So, you're able to do a little bit more reflecting, not judge the past so harshly. And so, there's an aspect of before you probably wouldn't have looked back with any type of regret. But now you're kind of looking back and you're saying, well, the good old days, the good old days weren't all, things weren't always bad, and And so that there's a sense of reflecting, of being like, well, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought, type of thing. You're kind of looking, giving it a second look, giving it a third look, maybe really contemplate. Again, it really comes down to the way that the relationship ended. All right, and so that's what that's all about there. So with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit has to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information? Wow. Okay, so moderation. Moderate yourself. Give a sense of moderation. Like I said, you're controlling it. You're going all in. You're controlling the vertical. You're controlling the horizontal. As we pretty much, pretty much have, pretty much really emphasized already. So but moderate. Moderation. Don't. You can control it, right? You can control the horizontal. You're in control. You know where you want to take things, but don't put too much energy in. You put a lot of energy, but not too much energy to try to control it. I gotta be in control of everything, because you may miss out on an opportunity that could be potentially great here, but you gotta be, and you want to be so much in charge, you may miss it. You may miss that opportunity. Just be open. Be a little bit open. All right, just be a little bit open to the possibilities of some things. Being in charge is cool, and the wheel of fortune is definitely moving in your direction. But just be a little bit moderate about it. Just moderate. Don't be too hardcore to be in control, to be in charge. Just kind of ease up a little bit on the gas. Just slow it down a little bit. Just because you don't know what you don't know, and you may be missing a great opportunity right in front of you. All right. But with that being said, we got expectations here. It's also important to have. It's also important to have expectations, and it's okay to have expectations. It's okay to have high expectations, but again, I caution. Be moderate in your expectations. Like I said, you don't know what you don't know. You may miss a great opportunity. And finally, have consistency, and that just means just be consistent. Just be consistent. Just hold one rule of thumb for all. Okay, you're in control. You're in charge. I get it, but again, there needs to be a level of consistency. Treat this fire sign individual the same way you treat an air sign individual, and so forth, so on. Don't have a different criteria for different individuals. Just be consistent across the board. That way, you'll get a more accurate measurement of what this person really is about. Okay, and you'll be able to make a better. Your judgment will be a lot better. You can start messing around like, well, I'll let this person slide on that, but I'm going to hold that person accountable for that sort of thing. Just keep it consistent across the board, and that way you'll be able to make more informed choices. Okay, so with that, I'm going to shut this thing down real quick. I'm going to be dropping a lot of things in the month of October. Keep an eye out for it. Something called the daily dose every other week. I'm going to be dropping that soon. Every other day. Why do I keep saying that? Every other day. Keep an open out for that. Eye out for that. I'm also going to be dropping my story. Keep an eye out for that. The week, either next week or the week after next. I kind of like editing it, getting it all nice and smooth, so it really accurately describes what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, etc., etc. Again, okay, and so just wrap this thing up. This is General Love Reading. Hopefully it resonated with you guys. If it did, that's cool. A personal reading. I'll do what I need to do. If it didn't resonate, that's cool too. Still going to get a personal reading, so we can dig into your particular situation. Sorry for the gruff here, guys. Had some personal issues I had to work out, so didn't really have time to shave and all that. But anyway, so love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.